Hey, what up, guys?
What
Jeffrey.
up? Garrett? How you guys doing?
All right, today we're gonna tell you how to kick ass on social media.
Social media game.
All right, for right now, Instagram would be my strongest platform. Actually, Facebook would be my number one platform because it's just easier for me to trend. Maybe a few months ago, I was like watching this how to go viral video, and it used Facebook. So apparently, the more likes a post gets within a certain amount of time, the more likely it appears first on a newsfeed. So if I post a video and you got 100 people liking it within the first 10 minutes, that's obviously going to be the first thing that pops up in someone's newsfeed. And then again, the more likes, it just domino effect from there. And pretty soon it's a viral video. And then it works with posts too. So I experimented with that, and good thing I made a lot of connections in college because now, I got my hype group people that they like it. And then guess what? Within 20 minutes, I get like 10 likes, and then it multiplies. And pretty soon I'm looking at something that has 100 likes. And comments also bump it up too. In the end, it's all about bumping and just giving it activity.
But so what you're saying is on Facebook, if you get a certain amount of likes, it'll move it up in people's newsfeed, so it just like snowballs.
Exactly.
Okay, I didn't even know that about Facebook.
Yeah, so it's algorithm, right? The most something active gets bumped up. So, for example, I posted my graduation pictures. So by default, it's a graduation, right? People are gonna like it by default. But I had never thought I would break 200 likes. I never thought I would break 300 likes. That's just not something that ever happened to me. So the moment it got past 100, I was like, yeah, it's just another day in the office. But what I did do, there is something strategic that I did. I got, again, likes, bump it, so do comments. So even if they don't like it and they comment, same shit. They could say horse dick, and I'm like, you know what? Thank you, because you're just bumping my post to the people who I want to see it. And it's all about exposure. Do I really care about likes? No. I just want people to see it. So if I want them to see it, if that means getting likes is the key, then fine, I'll get likes. But it's because I just want exposure. I want it to be in their mind when they're not, in front of me.
I think that's where like a lot of people get confused, is like when they're not getting the likes, they kind of like freak out and they're like, I'm not being validated, like this doesn't feel good, like the girl I wanted isn't liking my shit. But something my sister told me the other day, yeah, my sister knows game. No, so she posted a video and I posted a video of the same exact shit on Instagram, and I got like a bunch of likes, and I was like, oh no, I'm not getting the amount of likes I want. And she's like, oh, for videos, I don't even care about the likes. I just care about the number of views it gets. So as I looked at my video, I got like 300 something views, but only like 100 something likes. And I was like, okay, so there's 300 people who actually saw it, which the video had a bunch of high value shit. So I'm just like, as long as they see it, they could hate on it, but at least they've been exposed to it. Like Jeffrey was saying, is just like getting them to see it, and then they know like what your life is about, like, and if you have haters, like that's fine, you're always gonna have haters, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Same thing. Views, it's about exposure. And that's why I'm not so big on followers and number of likes. Yeah, to a degree, just because I'm human and I do live in a society. So, of course
we all like being validated.
Yeah. So, it's just the exposure. And it took me a while to get that, because I'm like, oh man, the girl that I like didn't like it. But there's a high fucking chance that she saw it. And you know what? I'll be honest, if I do it, she probably does this too. Sometimes I'll be like, damn, this pic is so, you see a picture of a hot girl that you know personally, and you're like, damn, that's fucking hot. No, I'm not one of those guys. I'm not gonna like it. But I saw it and I thought it. And I assume it could be the same for her. Maybe she's like, I don't want to send him the wrong message, but damn, I'd fuck that. But I'm not gonna make it easy for him.
I think Snapchat's like the biggest thing, is like when people, because you could see who sees it. So like recently for me, there was like a girl I really want to see all my snaps, and she didn't fucking see him. She was looking at like the week before when I'm on vacation. She was watching all my snaps, and then we pretty much had like a falling out, and we're not like dating or doing like seeing each other anymore. And then she stopped watching all my Snapchats, and that pissed me off because it's like I don't care if she likes anything on my Instagram or whatever, but like I just want her to see what I'm doing. So now that she's not looking at my shit, I now know that she's no longer interested. And that's the part that sucks.
It does.
So like as long as people are looking at your shit, like you're in the clear. And
you're in the clear, and yeah, exactly. All she has to do, again, social media isn't what gets you laid or gets you whatever you want. It's just them knowing. It's just a way to build a bridge that you need to build anyway.
And it shows that you're a cool guy. So
Exactly.
it kind of, obviously they can't get to know you without seeing you. And that's what social media does. It lets them like take a look into your life and see what you're all about. And it's funny, like girls and guys, we all think that whatever is posted on social media is like true. When a lot of the times it's not. It's like you see those candid pics and they get hundreds of likes and you're like, oh my God, that's like so cool. Like this girl's so hot or something. But you know that it's not even really candid. Someone wasn't just there like, oh, she just happened to be in the picture and we took it. No, it's like, she's like, okay, I'm gonna pretend to be looking off in the distance and then just pretend like I'm not here and then just take the picture. And then they take the picture, post it, and then that's pretty much what a candid photo is. And it's not, that's like a majority of posts on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat.
Exactly. Like the magic is ruined once you try to work the social media. You start seeing the real magic behind it, and you realize it's not very magical at all. It can be. Some, if you have a great lifestyle that supports a lot of candid photos, like you happen to be around skilled photographers or maybe, but there is a lot of work done behind the scenes. Like even people like King Batch, Daystorm, they make the funny Twitter videos. There's a lot of planning. Because I tried to make my own funny content, and I'm like, no, there's planning. You got to get the right angle, you got to get the right edit, and it takes one day to produce a hilarious, viral 30-second video. And once I understood that, I'm like, I felt a little bit better. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm planning. I am planning some stuff, So on my Instagram, most of it is planned, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes, and it's even in the caption, I'm not really known for taking the best videos or pictures because I don't have the equipment, and that's just how it is. And my life is just so sporadic, I just wouldn't know how to whip out a phone in the heat of the action. So I work it through captions, and I'm okay with that, Some people, they spam like sometimes a lot of people don't see my shit, and I also filter people that way. All my followers, they're pretty much under the assumption that I'm following Jeffrey because of the funny captions and sometimes the cool videos and sometimes the cool pics. But mostly because this guy hides his humor in hashtags and captions. And that's what I'm doing with my Instagram. How about you? How do you formulate your Instagram?
Well, for me, I think like planning is like, I used to not plan my Instagram stuff. Like I would just like hang out with friends, and then I'd go to the beach and be like, oh, this would be a cool picture. And then you take the picture. And then you get home and you want to post on Instagram, but you're like, oh, this isn't as good as I thought it was going to be, So if you really want to focus on social media to get girls or what have you, just build up like a really cool profile, you have to plan it. Like you have to wake up one day and just be like, okay, I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to wear this specifically to get this video or get this picture. And go with like a friend, go with your photographer if you have one, and just get the pictures and do all the fake shit that you see Instagram models do. Be candid as fuck. Like, just do really stupid shit it's gonna trend on your friends' like news feeds and stuff. Cause like, I think it's funny when people go travel or whatever, they take pictures like in front of like buildings, or they're just with like their friends or family, and they're just like, and like I do it too, but it's funny that they don't realize that Instagram or any social media, this is like a tool to help you become popular. Like think of high school popularity. It's like everyone wants to be the cool popular kid. Well, this lets you be popular in life. So it's like you could be the coolest person in the world, but not have a really good social media, and no one's gonna know who the fuck you are. No one's gonna think you're cool. No one's gonna be like, I want to hang out with this guy. I want to be around this guy. But when you plan things out, you do stuff just for the Instagram. I know, or Facebook or Snapchat. And I know that sounds bad, but like, this is the time we're living in. If you want to be popular in life, you have to build your social media up, and you have to take these cool pictures or controversial pictures. Like I like posting like stupid ass shit just because I know there's gonna be haters, but it's like we were saying earlier, just having them exposed to it and be like, oh, this guy really doesn't give a fuck about what he's posting. And then next thing you know, just like you get more followers, more likes, and people are kind of like, I can't believe you posted that. And it's like, as long as you're getting that publicity, like, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Like, who's gonna come up to you after you post a picture of you just like, oh, check it out, I'm in the Eiffel Tower, cool. Like, there's hundreds of people who go to Paris and like take basic ass pictures of the Eiffel Tower. But let's say you did like a fucking handstand or pull-up video on the Eiffel Tower, like one-handed pull-ups, like, yeah, then people are gonna look at it and be like, holy shit, I saw you doing those one-handed pull-ups on the Eiffel Tower, dude. Like, that's crazy.
Something out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to tag on that point, he's right. It's exposure. Like, one time I posted a picture of an acai bowl, and, you know, it's just a picture of a fucking acai bowl. What's so special about it? It's the caption I put underneath. And again, I built it throughout the years that my followers know Jeff probably has something funny in the caption somewhere, you know. Acai bowl. If you say acai, what is that? What does the first syllable sound like? Ass. So the caption.
Ass bowl.
The caption was, "Girls love it when I eat ass. I mean acai." And I thought it was hilarious. And then I was like, "This is stupid," and people were thinking I'm stupid. And lo and behold, it didn't get that many likes, but those who liked it loved it. And then people had actually come to me like, Jeff, that last post was stupid. I saw it, I didn't want to like it though, but I thought it was funny. So it's weird. They want to support you, but you know, because of society, they just don't know they don't want to physically support you. They don't want to be associated, but they want to be associated. It's like, you know, the whole, you know, slut culture, right? Like, I don't want you to think I'm a slut, but I do want you to fuck me hard, you know what I'm saying? So I do a lot of that. There was a period in time where I was actually trying to copy the cool stuff. I posted pics of food, people, you know, I tried to keep a conservative Instagram, and then I started throwing Hail Marys. And oddly enough, that helped me learn some stuff about life. Like, hey, you can actually be who you are and no one's gonna really care. Yeah, people might say shit about you being annoying on Instagram, but that's okay. They have the option to unfollow you. And if they don't, they love your content just as much, you know? So, what was I gonna say? Yeah.
Well, yeah, like I had cases where like, for ideas for pictures, like me and one of my friends, we went to the beach and we were like, oh, let's do like a photo shoot type shit. So we were literally like acting like fucking Instagram models on the beach, taking these pictures, and like we legit, like, our bodies look good, and we were like, yeah, we want to post this on Instagram. And then we posted it, and then like I didn't get that many likes, but I got a shitload of comments of people being like, oh my god, like, did you send these to Abercrombie, or like, did you do, like, as a joke, like, they're just fucking with me. But like, it goes back to like being a cause and the effect. Like, I was causing them to literally look at my picture and like spark something in them to where they had to comment. So it's like you have that effect on people to like change their life because you posted some shit that was just controversial or something out of the ordinary. And that's when you know that you're doing well, because like I didn't get that many likes, but people were, I don't know if they're heated or like what it was, or jealous, or they were actually supporters of it. But like the fact that they took the time out of their day to leave a comment, like that was good. And I could have like reacted and be like, no, oh my god, like I didn't mean to like come off like a douche, you know, and like all that stuff. But instead I just like every single one of their comments. So it's like, oh, I don't really have time to comment back to your guys' shit, but like, thanks for the comment, thanks for liking my picture, you know? So as long as you're getting that exposure and you're getting people to react to you and you're not reacting to them, then you know that you're doing something right. And also it goes back to like like a good way to know when to post something is if you're having fun doing it and it's funny to you, and like say you type out the caption and you're like, that's fucking hilarious, I'm gonna post that shit, and you're literally cracking up, like that's you being congruent. And I don't know, there's something with the universe where it's just like when you send something like that, when you're having a good time, you know it's gonna spark something out there in the world. But like the other day I posted a Snapchat, or I was posting a bunch of Snapchats, and some of them were like funny to me, and then I posted one that was like, oh, that was stupid, that felt like kind of forced. And then like just the feedback I got, like the like someone like sent a comment back on the one that felt forced and was like lol, are you serious? And it was just like they still reacted to me, which is good, but at the same time it's like, holy shit, out of all the other ones, like why did they comment on that one, the one where it didn't really feel congruent with me and like forced by me? So it's just really weird, like kind of like woo, like spiritual universe shit like that. I don't know. But my determining factor when I post something on Snapchat or like Instagram is if it's in the moment and I feel comfortable with it and it's hilarious to me, and then I'll post it. And like another thing is like I'll think of a caption and like I'll be like, oh no, I don't want to post that. But then like one of my friends was like, no dude, that was like your first thought and you thought it was funny, you should just post it. And then I did, and then it got a shitload of likes and comments, and yeah.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I'm kind of new to Snapchat. A friend of mine, it was John actually. He told me, because I have a flip phone. I'm Wi-Fi dependent. So he told me I can actually store my snaps. So I can snap it, store it, and then wait till later. It has its drawbacks because I won't be first on the list, and I noticed that it is pretty tedious to look through everyone's snaps. In the end, I only look at who I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm lo and behold, it is hot girls. I'm like, oh, what's her life like? You know, like, oh, you open your snap, and then if I'm extremely bored, I will open every other snap. But the point is, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I'm still learning Snapchat game, and it's still hard because it's like you have to whip your phone out in the middle of it. Like one time I tried snapping me and a girl dancing salsa, and then I'm like, I'm trying to give her my full attention, and then I'm like, it just feels weird to just whip it out, and I'm like, I have to like tell her, hey, you want to be my snap queen? And it's like, oh yeah, and then even when I do it, it doesn't feel right because you got the music playing, the environment is chaotic, and then all of a sudden you're really trying to pause this moment. I'm trying it twice, and it's hard. It's just really hard because I don't know. Maybe it's just the meaning I attach to it, but I'm getting a hold on it, and yeah, pretty soon I'll be much better on Snapchat. I do incorporate the same shit, like hey, I put the funny captions, like sometime, yeah, I posted a selfie right with me and a new haircut, and I look like a 12-year-old. So I posted a selfie, you know, like I'd have to admit that selfie was fire, but on the caption I put like, this new haircut makes me look like I went through puberty again, except I like to drink liquor instead of Capri Sun, you know, like, so it's self-deprecating humor for this, you know, narcissistic picture I put of myself.
And self-deprecating humor goes a long way. It's like I've only seen benefits from doing it. Like pretty much half my game on social media, or maybe not so much in person. In person I'm more like cocky, but like over social media, if you do self-deprecating humor, like girls don't really take you as seriously, and they think you're like they think you're hilarious when like what you said doesn't even have to be that funny, you know? It's just like they could see that you don't take yourself so seriously, and then when you hang out with them, then you can be like cocky and kind of like douchey, but not like insulting, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Like if I post, it just helps. If you post, you can, the way I see it, if I'm gonna Snapchat, you know, tedious basic stuff, like sometimes I'll Snapchat myself at the gym. I'm just gonna, you know, if I Snapchat myself deadlifting a heavy weight, I understand that, okay, everyone is probably Snapchatting that. They're probably saying, hey, look how much I can lift, right? So I'll just be like,
Check this out, ladies.
Exactly.
That's 3 plates on there. See that?
And then, so what I'm gonna do is self-deprecating humor. It's gonna be if I got 3 plates on it, I'm gonna exaggerate and be like, "Hey, look, I paid someone to lift this for me." I don't know, something
Like,
that
oh, here's my stunt double. Like,
stupid.
something like that. Like,
There's that, or if I'm trying to put my body in the snap, like for right before graduation, I was like, oh, 2 days to get that grad bod, like dad bod, it's like multiple layers of self-deprecation humor. So that's how I'm working Snapchat. Um,
some like tips for Snapchat too. Like, I wouldn't say I have like the best Snapchat game, but I do like I have more success with Tinder. Or not Tinder. Well, I have success with that too. But I do have.
Very self-deprecate. No. Too cocky.
Oh God, I'm not. Like Instagram, I'm good with Instagram. But with Snapchat, I do know like when to Snapchat things. So it's like say you go to a bar and you go into like a night out and like you're just gonna have you have like these feelings of when you should Snapchat something. So if you go into a bar and you're just like, I need to find something to Snapchat, like you should not Snapchat anything in that moment. But like say you're having a good time, maybe you're like talking to some girls or you're dancing on the dance floor, and like I think one of the most recent ones I had was like one of my buddies was grinding on another one of my buddies, and I was just like, oh, this is a perfect Snapchat opportunity, and I like filmed it, and I just had it facing me like and them in the background. I'm like, what the fuck, like, and then so stuff like that. It looks like you're having fun. It's like there's a story to it, because if you're just like going into a bar looking for something like, oh my god, that girl just bought a drink. Oh my god, I'm gonna go in there. Like,
oh my god, I'm in a bar. Look at me.
Yeah, I'm in a bar, and like I've done that too, where it's like I'm in a bar, but no one really gives a shit. Like,
so I got in without showing my ID.
Yeah, and like that could work too. Like maybe if you film the bouncer and you're like, you're gonna let me in without my ID, right? And then he's like, yeah, and you're like, yes, and then you just walk in, like something stupid like that. But like, usually you're gonna have these feelings of Snapchat moments where something crazy's happening in a bar, or just like when you're out, or even if you're at home. Like I think the other day I was like walking my house and there was like my grandma was making like homemade boba on like the stove, and I was like, what is this? She's like, it's boba, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I like pulled out my phone and I was just like zooming in on it, and then like that could be boring, but then my caption was just like homemade boba, what? And then like emoji, so like you can make anything interesting as long as it's in the moment, it's like congruent. So don't go looking for your snaps. Just kind of let it, oh, this is a good opportunity to Snapchat, and then whip it out.
So it helps to actually live an interesting life. Yeah, you could fake it. It's going to be very taxing because if you find yourself at home a lot, it's just going to be really hard. It might inspire you to be more creative, or it might even help you get your ass off the couch, So for me, it was kind of like that. When I was trying to get better on Instagram, it was like, oh, let me look for opportunities, and let me. There is a slight need for validation. Yeah, it's a phase, but you kind of just you feel inspired to make your life a little bit more awesome so that you can showcase it, and then over time doing it, you realize, is this me? Is this like? It depends on you. So if you enjoy it, you'll probably keep that lifestyle, those habits, and then you just take pictures or take videos whenever you feel it because you are living that life. Like right now, I could have Snapchatted several different things before I met up with Garrett, like I could have Snapchatted the campus and be like, hey, turns out I failed my finals, it's stupid.
I guess I didn't graduate.
Damn.
See you next semester.
See, exactly. And so nowadays I find myself with 10,000 opportunities. The hardest part is saying no rather than yes, So now I'm just sorting out, like, which one do I want to convey? Because I can convey what everyone else is conveying. But here's the thing. I don't know how girls are like. They say they love to creep on life. I don't know. I would have to ask more girls about that. But I'm pretty sure they don't have the time to look at every single detail. They're looking for the high value stuff. So I'm a little more picky with what I snap because I'm like, okay, what's gonna keep their attention while they're kind of just spamming what they're watching. So hopefully I'm providing that fire caption, that fire angle, and hopefully just something that's just good, you know? And hopefully I'm living the life. So that's how you make it easier to snap. Just live the life and be awesome, and the rest follows. Same goes for Instagram and Facebook. And approaching a different audience, some people are only on Facebook, some people are on only Instagram. So what I'll do is, for shits and giggles, I will share my Instagram post to my Facebook. And that way both people can see my get exposed.
Exposed. That's what I was thinking of too.
And then now Instagram has its own, its own system, it's there. Everyone must see it as they scroll down, right? Facebook, not necessarily. If it's not if it's not active, no one will see it in their newsfeed. So when I share it to Facebook, it's coming from a place of, if it trends, it trends. If it doesn't, that's okay. It'll be there if someone wants to go on my profile, But hopefully, the way I work Facebook is, if it gets there, gets a few likes, gets a few comments, I'll reply to those comments, because what am I doing? I'm bumping it. And maybe if I get enough, I'll wait a day, honestly, to reply back. I'll just let all the activity happen, and then once it stops, then I'll go in, rebump it, and it goes again. That's what I did for my grad pics. I broke past 100. I was like, oh man, I'm so close to 200. What would happen if I started replying to all the comments? You know? And then boom, I replied to all the comments. Next day, it's growing. Oh, hey. Oh wow, I'm so close to 300. Nah, I won't break. Come on, I already graduated. There's no way it's gonna break past. Oh, let me just reply to more comments that were left. Oh, people want to say more comments, more likes. Some people want to comment without liking. Cool, it's all a bump. And then I reply to that, and then there you go. Now that post got 325. And again, not everyone commented or liked it, but they saw it for sure. A cousin of mine, he said, oh yeah, I saw your post, he actually read the post that went with it. He didn't like or comment. So what that's telling me was the whole world pretty much saw it. And that's all I needed. I did the 300 likes, that's cool, that's a nice stroking on the ego, but at the end of the day, okay. But I'm happy that everyone got to see it,
Social media is all about like what you're putting out there. Like you see famous YouTubers, like they didn't just start with 1 million subscribers. Like they probably went through like a dozen shitty ass videos back when like YouTube was like just starting to get more popular, and then they were like, okay, I need to improve this. So they improved the quality of their videos. This camera's kind of. So they like improve the quality of their videos, and then they're like, okay, now I need to be more consistent with it. So say they start posting like every week or even every day if they have the time, and then just because they're putting enough out there, like eventually it's going to catch on, and then maybe they start with 1,000 views, then that turns to 2,000 views and 3,000, and then now you see them now and they're like 100,000 subscribers, whatever, like millions of views per video. So it's like, and now they make a living at doing that. So it's really just having the exposure, consistently putting stuff out there. Like I just got off vacation where I was going ham on social media, posting Instagram, Snapchats, and then when I get back, I didn't really have anything else to like post. Like it's not like I was like shit. Like I was kind of disappointed in myself for not being consistent now and still posting cool shit. But at least I had people like texting me being like, that's so cool, or like, so it's like they're reacting to what I'm putting out there in the world. And then another thing about like what he was saying about how to create that fun life for yourself, use social media as like a tool to get that. So like, I don't know, like maybe you're stuck at home all the time and you want to have a cool social media, but you don't know where to start. Like think of cool pictures, think of cool ideas that you've always wanted to do. Like for now, like I want to make a motivational video. I want to take a picture wearing a men's romper and like 2 fidget spinners in my hand and just put that out there on social media. And it's like, what that's going to do, it's like, it's going to make me go out, actually take the action, get a romper, get some fidget spinners, go to like a cool environment, a cool setting, and then take the picture and then put it on social media. And then like, I'm going to have experiences while I'm doing all those things. So it's like, I don't know, maybe if I go to the beach wearing a male romper, I'm obviously gonna get attention from like girls or guys or whatever it is, and then I might just be like, oh, I'm just gonna game wearing this romper, and then maybe the picture you wanted turns into like a picture with girls surrounding you.
Exactly.
You know, so it's just like have these ideas that you could go out and take a picture for social media, and then just kind of adapt when you're in there, and maybe you'll think of a cooler idea while you're out there.
Exactly. So pretty much think of social media as your art. It's your canvas. You know, that's what I usually tell some people. That's what it is for me. When you go to my Instagram or Facebook, I am literally trying to make it so that you can actually get a good, what's the word? A summary of me? Or I don't know. You get a good grasp of who I am. And that's why I actually post controversial shit. I make it sexual. Yes. If an employer were to look at my shit, yes, I might be in trouble. But, you know, highly likely I keep my shit on private. So I just make it cutthroat. Like, you don't like it, you better unfollow. Like, that's your problem. Thank you for, do us both a favor, you know? So it's my canvas, and we are the artist. So you put there whatever you want to convey. And hopefully the people that see it, you build your own following, and from your own following, you get to, in regards to dating or networking. We'll start with networking first. You find the people who are down for you, and then you build the dream team, and then dream team. Old channel. You build the dream
channel now. Failed business idea.
But it brought you somewhere greater, right? So you build the dream team, and then you just find the people who share your same ideals and values, and be thankful for those who didn't, because they helped you find those who did. And then dating, of course, how about this? How would you utilize your social media to get dating connections that you never once could?
Okay, so I feel like dating is like quickly evolving with social media and just like how humans' ideals were back in the day. Like back in the day, it was like, oh, you ask out that one girl, you confess your feelings for her, and then she likes you too, and then you guys go on a date, and then after 10 dates, you guys are ready to get married. You get married, have kids, stay together for 50 years. That's like the old, what's the word I'm looking for?
Tradition.
Yeah, that's like the old tradition and what people used to value back in the
Ideal.
day.
Ideal lifestyle.
Yeah, ideal lifestyle. Okay. So now that we have social media, things have changed like a lot. Reflection. Like it's even evolved past just getting a normal number, because it's like maybe back in when people just got cell phones, it was like getting people's phone numbers was the coolest thing, and you'd text each other all the time like, hey, what's up? And that was okay to do. But obviously if you're watching this, hey, what's up just doesn't work anymore. Like you're not gonna get any response, because everyone does that shit, and they're not ready to evolve with how the world is heading with dating and social media and all that. So like now it's cool because like Instagram is like the cool hot thing right now, and Snapchat and all these different things, and people still don't see it as a way to get girls. They just see it as like, this is fun, this is cool, like, oh, here's a picture, thanks for the likes. But they don't see it as like, wow, that girl's hot, I wonder how I could get her by using my social media, by her seeing what type of person I am. So like for me, when I go out, like, yes, you still go out, like, do not take Tinder or Snapchat or Instagram and think that is the only way to game, because it's just a tool to like get the girl. So you go out and you meet a girl, you guys are talking, everything's going well, and then maybe she's like, oh no, I gotta go, like my friends want me over here. And instead of being like, what's your number, just be like, oh, do you have an Instagram? And then she'll be like, oh yeah, I do, it's this, and be like, okay, yeah, like I'll follow me back. And then you guys start following each other, and then what's she gonna do when she gets home? Or the next day, she's gonna look at, who just followed me? Oh, who's that guy? I remember that guy. And then she's gonna creep on all your shit, because that's what we do when we follow people. We look at all their stuff, and if it's cool enough, like, you're already cool in her eyes, and you could just send a DM, slide it right into those DMs, and you could just be like, like, hey, what's up? And then it's just like a normal text conversation. But the cool thing is with text, there's like a negative connotation to it now because everyone does it. It's like girls only, like, what do guys do even if they get their social media, like, oh, what's your number? So it's like, okay, you can already talk to her on a social media platform. Why do you need her number? Mm-hmm. So like what I'll do, I won't ask for the number whatsoever. Like I'll just say I'm talking to her on Tinder or I'm talking to her on Instagram, and then I'll literally set up the date in my Instagram or Tinder until the point where she's like, okay, like I'll meet you there. Oh, text, like, what's your number, by the way? And she'll ask for my number. So it's like, it's almost like reversing it. So it's like, she's probably wondering, like, why hasn't this guy asked for my number yet? Like, that's so interesting. Like, he's just really he's not very needy, you know? Because, like, the needy guy's going to ask for the number right off the bat.
That's really interesting that you brought that up. Because right now, I got Tinder Plus again. And I'm getting matches and I'm converting them. And then it's like, in my head I was like, could I take this to Instagram where it's like pretty much boom, she'll see, it's like, oh, this guy's the real deal, you know? Mm-hmm. And that way it's just easier to text. I'm still in that old mindset, like, oh, take him from Tinder to number to date, right? Mm-hmm. But now you said that, I'm like, you know what, maybe I should, because I mean, after all, I built my fucking Instagram and Snapchat, why not use it? So yeah, just adding that on.
Yeah, and like even like my whole process. Say if you're just going like purely online dating with Tinder, just like you start the conversation, find like a hook, and then you say, oh, do you have an Instagram? Follow me. Instead of asking what's your Instagram, I'll follow you. It's like you're giving her the option to follow you. So if she's really interested, she's gonna go on Instagram and she's gonna follow you first before you follow her. Because a lot of the times, like I made this mistake before, is I'll be like, what's your Instagram? And then she'll give me her Instagram and then I'll follow her and she won't follow me back. So it's like, fuck, she's not going to see all my cool shit on there. Mm-hmm. So like, and then I'll have to do that awkward like, why aren't you following me back? Or like,
yeah, you have to like her and shit.
Yeah. Or be like self-deprecating and put like crying emojis like, we're breaking up, aren't we? Just like stupid shit like that. But like, God, this stand is not good. Okay. So you want to make yourself seem like the shit over any type of social media, and you need to, like, I'll go Tinder, hook, and then be like, follow me on on Instagram, and then she'll follow me on Instagram, and then I'll follow her, and then she'll see my life, and then I'll slide into the DMs, and then I still haven't asked for the number at this point, and then I'll just be like, okay, does this day work for you, blah, blah, get the logistics, and then when the day comes, usually, like a couple times I've been on dates where I didn't even get the number till I was actually on the date, and then like most of the time though, they'll usually ask for the number, or last minute I'll ask for the number, just be like, okay, just to like find like just for like logistic reasons, you know. So yeah, and then also with Tinder, like I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay. So so Tinder. So you brain farted me too. So we're on Tinder and converting. So how do you? So okay, you said that if you ask for their Instagram and you follow them, but then there's a chance of not following back, what do you do instead to do that?
When there's not a chance of them following back?
No. You said that you would rather do something rather than have to follow them first and then wait for them.
Like you put your Instagram out there, so it gives them the option to follow you or not. So if they follow you after you say, here's my Instagram, follow me, if they don't follow you, you know like right off the bat that she's probably not that interested. But if she follows you, then you know, oh, she's somewhat curious to like who you are, you know? And then when she sees your Instagram, she'll be like really curious. Mm-hmm. And then she'll just be like, this is a really cool guy, you know? But
I wasn't down to fuck until I saw his Instagram.
Yeah. Until I saw all his likes on that one video he posted.
What? He went to Tualam? Oh shit.
Yeah. And also there is a good reason for likes. Like if you're getting a shitload of likes, it's like social proof. So it's like they know people approve of you. But say you have like 1,000 followers or something, and then you're only getting like 20 likes on a picture, that's kind of shady.
It's like, and for the record, I got jealous at once. I look at some people with the high ass followers ratio to the low following, like 1,000 to like 200, and I'm like, there's something wrong here because when they post a pic, they get like 20 to 50, likes. And I'm like, I could easily go to a girl's Instagram and then it feels more, they be getting the 100, 200 likes. And like, that's more true. And I find that with myself. Um, the proportions change. Like, I have like 600 to 500 followers to following. And pretty much it makes sense with my likes because I get from bare minimum 50, but that's I throw Hail Marys, like something I just don't give a fuck. I'm like, I just want to post this. But if I actually put some effort, I'll go from 80 to like 130, 180 to 130 likes, and that makes sense with my proportion. If I was getting like 2,000 followers, then yeah, it would make sense if I'm getting like 300 or 500 likes. It's never gonna. You never get. What's the ratio? 1 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have 2,000 followers, I probably will not get 2,000 likes. It's just
Probably get like a fourth of that.
a fourth. Yes, exactly.
A fourth is good.
A fourth is good. As long as you're breaking the 100 mark. I mean, it's not a set in stone standard, but if you go through Instagram enough, you will see that's kind of the 100 mark is the slight standard.
You'll notice the more you start posting on Instagram and stuff, like you'll notice where your likes should be at. Like, cause my first picture I got like 30, and that was good to me because it was like I just started.
A good time.
Yeah, I was like that was awesome, and then it's more because like my friends saw that I finally got on Instagram, So like of course they're gonna like my first picture, and then it went down to like 17, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Exactly.
And then I had to just keep posting and posting and posting, following people, getting people to follow me back, and I finally am at like the 100 like per picture mark. And like if I don't hit 100, because I know that's where I'm at, like I get like not pissed, but I'm just like fuck, like what did I do wrong here,
Mm-hmm.
And then like I'm sure maybe one day it's gonna hit like a 150 mark, and if I'm not getting 150 likes, like then I'm gonna be like, what the fuck's going on, But another thing I want to talk about was how people kind of think like by having a good social media and all this stuff, it's gonna improve your dating life completely, and it does to an extent. It just gets you. It can get you like.
Get your foot in the door.
Yeah, it gets you like an edge. It's just like being like good looking. Like it kind of gives you a bigger window of opportunity when you first start talking to a girl. But if she doesn't see that you're a cool guy, like she'll still pick like the ugly fat dude who's like super confident and has a lot of social proof or something,
And a lot of French fries.
Yeah. She can feed him French fries in bed. But like even for me with Tinder, it's like I'll get all these matches with like hot chicks, and I'm like, oh my god, like why do I even go out anymore? Like why do I need to go out and get girls like Instagrams or try to get them to go out with me, when it's all here. I could just lay in bed like a lazy piece of shit and just be like, yes. Oh, yes, match, another match. But like even from my experience, what I've seen happen a lot is like I'll match with a lot of hot girls. Out of like the 10 matches I get, maybe like 5 will respond. Out of those 5, maybe like 3 of them I actually have like a decent conversation, and then one of those will be like agree to go on a date, and then it's all comes down to like logistics and all this stuff. And then like when we even plan for a date, then they won't respond when the date is supposed to happen. So it's like even out of those 10 matches of hot girls, I didn't get anything. So it's like it is really still just a numbers game, and it's almost even like sometimes it's even harder than going out, because going out at least you could meet like there's hundreds of girls in one venue, and you just gotta
you don't have to wait to get matched.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I've had cases that worked out really well where it's just like one girl, and it's like I'm like, oh, it's just another girl, and then I won't try, but then somehow she just magically like is really responsive to me, and then we'll go on a date. But then even after the date, it's like it's still not for sure that you're gonna see that girl again. Nothing is ever like black and white. This is gonna work. It's just all improving yourself, improving your style of game, improving your social media, and just getting your like foot in the door, like he was saying. And then from there, you just really got to prove that you are this cool guy on the date. And like for me, I get in these modes where I immerse myself in like actual game, where I go out, and then I immerse myself in like Tinder stuff. And then it kind of gets shitty when you're only relying on Tinder because it's like you're just at home all the time and you're like frustrated, like sexually frustrated, just like I need this, please. And then it's
Mom,
just like,
can you match for me real quick? Can you swipe for me real quick? You should give your dinner to your mom. Mom, find me a wife.
like maximize all your odds, like have an account on like her phone, like she's like swipe mom, swipe.
And then you have like Tinder social with your parents.
Yeah. It's my mom. Like she's like, do you approve, mom? She's like, yes.
Super like.
No, but
Okay.
like when I'm like at home and it's like, oh, I don't need to go out because I already got these 10 matches of like super hot chicks, and then you see your friends have like an epic night out and you're like, fuck, I wish I went, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then like at least from like social media, the cool thing is if it doesn't work out, at least if you threw your Instagram out there, you got a follower. So it's like that's also what I do when I go out and game is like I'm not gonna ask for their number, I'm gonna ask for their Instagram because at least if it doesn't work out, like I got a follower out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then who knows, like maybe you just start posting high value shit and then she'll start liking it, and then that's an indicator you could slide in the DMs and stuff.
Exactly.
But also don't take a like as the girl actually liking you. I've made that mistake. He's helped me with that a couple of times.
I fell into that trap too. You want it to mean something, but it's just a like because there's two scenarios. She's actually it's true. Sometimes a like can mean something, but I have seen way too many girls just do this like because they want to get likes back. So there is a system going on. But as long as they see it, and you just have to notice the trend. I'm gonna admit I do look at who likes my stuff. So if I'm getting like 100 average, I will internalize who liked it, who tends to like my shit all the time, and then this is why I throw Hail Marys, the crazy posts. I just want to say, I want to see who's down no matter what I post. And sometimes those people who would always like my other shit, they don't like it. And keep in mind, timing is a factor, algorithm is a factor. But sometimes I find out it's great that if they don't always like my shit, because when they do like it, you know who they are. Like, I'll post all this crazy shit all across the board. You know, like they gotta like something. And I'm like, what the? But I post this one weird thing that I thought, that I'm like, this is garbage. They like it. I'm like, okay, you know. So on a small scale, you can kind of use that to your advantage, but for the most part, go for exposure over likes and following. And then use that to your advantage. And if anything, even if the like doesn't mean anything, it's all about the compliance and direct message, like you were saying. You still have to slide in the DM. She's not gonna give her fucking number on social media, or for everyone out there to see it in the comment section. So it's still your job to take the risk to go in, and you know, hopefully you expressed enough for yourself, and you built this image up, and hopefully that image is congruent to who you are. Right? Yeah, you could fake it. I wish you the best of luck later on, but I highly suggest that it's who someone you could back up. You could back up that image 100%. And then what we were on the tangent.
Oh, well, another thing I wanted to talk about was kind of like how to know when a girl really is interested in you, and not just in social media wise, but just like in the real world too, is literally to know which girl is going to be your best option and which girl will actually go on a date with you or something like that, is just you need to gauge how much is she putting in versus how much am I putting in. If it's 50-50 and she's interested enough just as much as you're interested, chances are you're going to go on a date and like have a good time. But if you feel like maybe you're messaging her 70% of the time and her responses are a little bit less, but she's liking your Instagram pictures, like that still doesn't mean shit, because it's like she's still not putting in 50% of the effort that you're putting in. So like a lot of the times, most of the time, I read into things too much and I'll be like, oh yeah, she agreed on going on the date with me, she's liking all my stuff on Instagram, but then I'll kind of look at how she's responding to my messages and she's not really putting any sort of effort back into it. She's not asking me questions, there's no like IOIs she's giving me. And like also with like being in the real world, if a girl is really interested in you, she's gonna show it. Like girls aren't just gonna like. Of course, there's the rare cases where maybe a girl isn't putting that much effort, and then you get with her like down the road, like you build it up over time. But most of the time, to filter out which girls seem reliable and which ones aren't, you need to look at how much work they're putting into the conversation or text conversation, stuff like that. It saves you a lot of time at like who really you can like go on a date with, because like I've set up dates and there were girls where I was like, oh yeah, like we're gonna go on a date tonight, but then she never responded, she never even opened the message, so it's like, okay, I'm not gonna double text, like she's probably just not that interested enough, and then it's just like go move on to other girls, maybe build up your social media more, and then maybe she'll message you back and be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like I didn't get your message, and then that's when you know. Then when you start to see her put in more effort, then it's like, okay, now she's ready to go on a date. And that's like a rare case that even happens where she'll message you back, but I have had it happen just based solely on what I'm putting out there on social media.
Exactly.
You know?
And I guess it's coming to the cliche. You just have to be an awesome person, you know? It's an honest signal. If she feels like this guy is awesome with or without me, she's gonna want a piece of the pie, you know what I'm saying? And you know, they want what they can't have.
Yeah.
So actually that didn't even fit the context. I don't know why I said that. Okay,
I just like agreed it, yep.
Yeah, the sky is blue, yes.
Fact. It is a fact.
So, you have to live up to the hype. Like I was saying, like you were saying, what you put out there, it's gonna be seen by the world, and you better be ready to back that shit up. Okay, that is you after all.
And it's like important to like understand how social media works and be like still go out and game in real life and like become that cool person, because like there's plenty of girls out there who've probably had Tinder matches where they think this guy's really good. Maybe this guy's just been working on his text game only. He's just been in his house all day just like perfecting that shit. And then when he gets a girl out, he's just the weirdest fucking dude ever.
He has like 10 PDF tabs.
Yeah.
Open how to text a girl. Hold on, let me take 10 minutes to analyze.
And the girl's just like, this is the creepiest guy I've ever met. But
he wants to make pancakes. What the fuck?
Over the phone, he's just a stud. Like, so definitely work on yourself first and be that cool guy before you even try to perfect your social media. That's what I'm gonna leave with.
All right, so that is what he's gonna leave with. The sky is blue after all.
Fact.
Fact.
All right, peace.